Welcome to another session today of 5-pillar mobility. Today we'll be focusing on the hips and wrists. So let's start by finding a comfy spot on your back, face up, taking your attention to your breathing, finding a nice relaxing pace that allows you to slow everything down and mentally go to your happy place. Let's focus on directing quality breaths deep into that belly, feeling that belly expand on the inhale, breathing in through the nose if you can, and slowly out through the nose. And we'll take a few breaths with our attention on body scanning. We are focusing on the hips. So let's take a couple breaths and let those thighs, hamstrings, and hips just get heavy. Let them sink into the mat and just fall asleep. Letting go of any tension you're carrying mentally, allowing that mind to relax, to allow that body to relax, which lets that mind relax even more. A beautiful circle of relaxation. Let's take a few more breaths here, focusing on relaxing through those hips. Let's take one more long, deep, slow inhale and slowly sigh out that breath. And let's take our attention to the left hip flexor. Lying face down on your mat with that lacrosse ball sitting right in the crease or around the crease of your left hip. Start by panning through that hip, searching for where your body's carrying tension. And a small change in position can really impact that stimulus. So search for the exact spot that needs attention, the angle that helps us get that spot best, and then the amount of tension and pressure we're applying to relieve that hip flexor. And there's a bit of an art to finding that right level of pressure. If we go too aggressive, we can start to get into pain or discomfort, or we can start to tense up other tissues around there. We want to find just enough tension and pressure on the hip flexor to allow it to settle down and allow everything else to stay relaxed as possible. So doing your best to keep that nice state of calm mind throughout this whole routine today. Let's take one more breath here. You can slowly exhale that breath. We'll move into the right hip flexor. So if you found a good spot on the left, it's sometimes a good strategy to find a similar spot on the right. Doesn't mean it will be tensed in the same way. The hips tend to be prone to rotations and imbalances. So find a starting point, and if it doesn't feel super tense, keep searching. Your body will always give you clues. And once you've found the right spot and the right angle and the right pressure, settle back to your breathing, doing best to use your breath to calm your mind, and allowing your mind to calm that target tissue. Finding a pace of breath that helps you find calm. If you find counting the length of your breath on the way in, on the holds, and on the exhales, that's great. It's really up to you. If you find counting just adds stress, don't stress. Just find a pace that you're comfortable with and helps your mind find calm. One more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath, and we'll shift our attention into the left glute. So we'll go face up on your mat. Place that lacrosse ball under your left glute. And the glute is a big, powerful muscle. So do some searching. Look for what needs attention today. It could be the band up around the upper glute. It could be more towards the side. It could be right in the belly. Let the video guide you through this, but let your body tell you what specific needs you have. And once you've found that spot and that right stimulus, settle back to your breath. Every chance we get, calming any muscle we don't need. Calming those muscles in your face and head and neck. And sticking with a pace of breath that helps you find that calm. Let's take one more long, slow, relaxing inhale. Slowly sigh out that breath. And we'll switch into the right side. So face up on your mat. Searching for what needs attention on the right side. It could be the exact same spot. It could be the opposite. It could be a totally different area of the glute that needs attention. So just be sensitive to what your body needs. And once you've found the spot, once you've found the right angle and the right amount of tension, focus your attention back on your breathing and find that pace of your breath that helps you find calm. And doing your best to sync your breathing to that target tissue. As your lungs let go of air, imagine that glute just deflating of any tension. Letting go of any tension throughout your body. Allowing yourself to enjoy the moment. Let's take one more breath, directing that air deep. Slowly sighing it out. And we'll shift our attention into the left quad. So the front side of that thigh. Start by panning through that whole muscle. This is a big muscle. It's a big surface. And there's a lot of different spots that can carry tension. So do your searching. Look for what needs most attention. Your trouble spots may be very different than our model here today. Just search for what your body needs. It might be that outer thigh, might be the inner, might be upper, might be lower. You're really only going to find those areas, those trouble spots, by actually searching and experimenting. And once you've found that spot, settle back into that nice calming pace with your breath. It helps your mind find calm. And use that calm state of mind to help calm your body. It can be helpful to pull that heel up to give a bit of an active release effect. Getting some movement through the knee. It is optional. If you'd rather just chill and stay nice and passive and enjoy relaxing, that's totally up to you. Let's take another breath here and we'll switch sides. Panning through that whole right side, looking for what needs attention here. The quads, like the rest of the muscles that work around the hips, can be very different side to side. And that's all going to depend on your own specific anatomy, your specific activity history, your injury history, So do some searching. Look for where your trouble spots are, and let that be your focus for today. And once you've found the right spot and the right stimulus, focus your attention back on the breath, doing your best to sync your breath to that target tissue. As you let go of that air, imagine that target tissue just letting go of tension. Staying nice and calm and relaxed. Let's take one more breath here. Take your time sighing out that breath. And we'll position ourselves into a frog stretch. So if we start in tabletop and then spread the knees apart, bringing your hips as close to your mat as is comfortable, so that you find a stretch through that inner thigh, groin area. And get as passive as you can here. Turning off any muscle we don't need. Just submitting to the stretch. And helping yourself find calm. Doing your best to keep your breath synced to that target, which is that inner thigh area. And in about 10 seconds, we'll gently get active through that inner thigh by imagine squeezing the knees closer together. And let's go ahead, starting nice and easy, activating through that groin, inner thigh, attempting to close the space between your knees, slowly ramping up tension as we go. Big tension here to finish up. 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse. Squeeze through the outer thigh, actively pulling deeper into that stretch, ramping up tension as we go, and really squeezing here towards the end. 3, 2, 1. Let go of that breath. Find your passive position, letting go of any tension, focusing back on your breath, turning off any muscle we don't need. And let's take one more long, slow breath, directing that air into that lower abdomen. Slowly sighing out that breath. And we'll step the left leg forward into a dragon stretch. So into an extended lunge, just gently letting your hips fall forward and down to target that right side hip flexor and quad. And finding just the right amount of stretch that the muscle is telling you it needs today. So we want to feel that lengthening sensation without any real pain or discomfort. And then just focusing on getting as passive as we can through that hip, submitting into the stretch, and focusing on your breath. And in a few seconds, we'll gently get active. So as we get active, we want to activate through that hip flexor. And let's go ahead, squeezing through your right hip flexor and your left glute to resist the stretch. Slowly ramping up tension. Big tension here to finish up. 3, 2, 1, and let's gently reverse. Squeeze through your right glute. Actively pull yourself deeper into that stretch. Ramping up tension as we go. Really squeezing here towards the end. Give it some good force. 3, 2, 1. Let go of that breath. Find your passive position. And you may find you're deeper into that stretch, which is great. This is a nice technique to add stability around your end range of hips and reduce your potential for injury. And if you're not there any deeper, that's okay. Express patience, we'll get there. One more breath here. As you let go of that breath, we'll switch into the right side. Stepping that right leg forward to target that left hip flexor. Finding whatever position feels right for today. Relaxing through that hip. Trying your best to sync your breathing to that target tissue. Again, turning off any muscle we don't need. Relaxing through that head and neck, your face, your hands. In a few seconds, we will get active through that hip. And let's go ahead, resisting that stretch, attempting to work your body in the opposite direction, ramping up tension as we go. Let's add some big tension here to finish up. 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse. Actively squeezing yourself a little deeper into that stretch. Ramping up tension as we go. And really squeezing here towards the end. 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Fall back to your passive position. Mentally go into your happy place. Letting go of all that tension. Allowing yourself to be present and enjoy the moment. And just let any stress float away. Let's take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath and move into some wrist extension. So from tabletop, if you turn your fingers towards your knees, palms down, and gently lean towards your heels into whatever range is pain-free. If you've got some stiff wrists, you may not even get to 90 degrees. You may have to actually lean forward. Just find a position and a level of stretch that your body's okay with. Any level of stretch here is going to work. Your version of this may look very different from the video. Just find the version of the stretch that feels right for you. And once we're there, taking your attention back to your breath, helping your body calm that target tissue. As you let go of air, let go of that tension. In a few seconds, we will get active. And let's go ahead by starting to press the pads of your fingers into the ground to resist the stretch, ramping up tension as we go. Let's add some big force here towards the end. 3, 2, 1, and let's gently reverse. Squeezing the opposite side. Your wrist extensors, pulling yourself deeper into that stretch. Ramping up tension as we go. Really squeezing here towards the end. Big breath out, relax. Get nice and passive. Mentally go into your happy place. Just submitting to the stretch. And helping yourself find calm. Let's take a quick scan again through that body. Anything that's carrying tension, just let it go. Let's take one more breath here. And as you sigh out that breath, we will call it a day. Thanks for joining us here today. Hope your hips and wrists are feeling great. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, remember to subscribe and like. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.